Hello everyone, welcome back. More Quick Draft ZNR Rising today on the agenda for today. Let's see what we get. What's this first card? Have I seen this? I've seen this once, right? Master of Winds. 4 mana flyer. When it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards and then discard a card. Alright. Whenever you cast... Oh yeah, someone used this against me once, and have I ever drafted it myself? I don't remember. Whenever you cast an instant, sorcery, or wizard spell, you can make it become 4/1 or 1/4 until end of turn. So the first time I looked at this, I missed the until end of turn, and I thought it was like, oh, whenever you cast a spell, you get to like swap it from attack mode to defense mode. But it only lasts till the current turn. As soon as the turn ends, it goes back to 1/4 regardless of what it was. And so that's like sort of weird. Why would you ever need to manually turn it back to 1/4? And it could be like, I don't know. You like attack with it, and it's gonna hit the opponent's face. So you play some instant that does whatever, and you're like, aha, I put it in attack mode. And then they play something that does like 3 damage to it. Right? And now you could, of course, play a buff that gives it +3 toughness. But maybe you don't have that, you just have some other instant, and you cast that and use this thing's ability to go back into defense mode. Okay, I mean, in limited, it seems unlikely that you would really be able to do all that in a single turn in a situation where it matters, but sure, it's possible. Merfolk Windrobber also like totally fine. Umara Wizard totally fine. So I think I probably should take Master of Winds, but let's open the old draft guide. It might very well say that the Umara Wizard is actually better. I don't know. No, it doesn't. The Master of Winds is excellent. It's a very good card. Okay, well, I'll take it then. Maybe we'll get a Wizards deck that doesn't suck ass. That would be something, wouldn't it? I'm gonna take off my headphones for a minute. There's not really any sound going on at the moment. And I was just recording some other stuff, so I could use a break. Oh, wow. We're being offered Soaring Thought Thief and also Umara Mystic. Now, the last red-blue deck, where we drafted like 2 Umara Mystics, I think in the first pack, right? Was it like card 1 and card 2? It was really early. That deck sucked. I don't know. I thought it was an okay deck, but it didn't work at all. It's possible I just got unlucky with my opponents in my draw, but I think it was actually a bad deck, and I just didn't realize it. But I think Umara Mystic is quite good, right? It's ranked 80th. Okay. And Thought Thief is 71st, so they're pretty close. However, this surely is enhanced by the fact that not only do we have another wizard, we have another card that cares about instants, sorceries, and wizards, right? These two synergize with each other quite a lot. So I think we are going red-blue today. Obviously, we're not like 1,000,000% committed right now. If we got something insane in the next pack, we could change our minds, but we already have something pretty insane and a good combo for it. Nothing else here I should be picking, right? Bubble Snare is, I believe, quite good. Although it's not actually an instant or sorcery, so it's not as good as I thought. I mean, I think it is pretty good. It's just not something we would want to pick first, I guess, is the point of... This is only giving me a first pick order, and you're supposed to evaluate in your actual deck. Anyway, we want the Umara Mystic. Salundi Vision. Now that is a nice land that fits in this deck. There's also, like, field research is fine, but I think this is like, great. It's a flexible instant that tutors for other instants. I mean, like, I don't know, these other 2 blue instants are like totally fine, but this one is much more flexible. I assume this is ranked like 50 something. Oh, 100th. Okay, so not that Not that great. As the dual-faced lands go, it's a bad one, it says, but it fits very well in this deck. And it's certainly quite a bit better than the other cards. Okay. Saloon Division it is. These are both kind of cool. I think we probably want the Royal Mage, though. I won't have much of a party most of the time, probably. And this is 4 mana for a 3/3, whereas like I'm so far trying to kill dudes with flyers, not with non-flyers. But I mean, you know, we'll get some non-flying wizards probably, so it's not the end of the world that this guy doesn't fly. It's just like the fact that you can kick this guy makes him way more exciting. Because getting back... Also, he's cheap, so like cheap wizards are good if you have stuff that wants you to play many wizards, which we do. And then he can be played expensively if that becomes useful. Probably we take this land. We're like, I don't know, Umara Mystic and Master of Winds suggest we might be a little aggressive. We have flyers to chip in some damage. And then we can finish them off. Often, I suppose, this will probably be a mountain, but it would be an exciting finisher. Plus, you know, it's an instant. Ardent Electromancer is probably better than Glacial Grasp. Yeah. Glacial Grasp is just so... I don't know, like what decks do you use it in? You could use it to slow down an opponent who's beating you up with one big creature. But such an opponent will usually, I feel like, have many creatures if they're attacking you with stuff. I don't know. You can use it on like a Fieldar or something. But I don't know. I just don't see that being that useful. It would be a bit more useful if they had like one flyer that was blocking your attacking flyers or something like that. But even then, it only lets you get in, I don't know, 2 turns worth of damage. Could be lethal, I guess. Whereas, like, what does this exactly do? It's a 3/2. It contests the board. Like, it's basically a blocker most of the time, I imagine. And its enter the battlefield effect is not going to do that much. The fact that it's a wizard is kind of exciting, but not amazing. I think I should take the Glacial Grasp. It can be used offensively or defensively. It draws a card. And it's an instant. I don't know if we can take Anti-Cognition. We're not going to be milling them very much, even though we did take 1 Glacial Grasp. I would rather have a Molten Blast as a like fairly bad instant, but it could be useful. This is a nice large flyer, but I don't know if it's really what we need. This is all junk. I'll take the Rubble Fort, I guess. I might conceivably want to haste in some flyers. Sure. I did draft the right thing, didn't I? Yeah, okay. The Wind Robber is fine. It's a 1-mana card that can start getting in chip damage if you play it early enough. The mill effect doesn't matter that much, but it might in some games. Ooh, tough call, actually. I think I'll take the Tormenting Voice. Rather have some draw than another 3-drop that doesn't do all that much. Deliberate is probably fine. We don't want to go too heavy on draw. Spare Supplies. That's going a bit heavy on draw, isn't it? But do I want 2 of these? Like, it's hard to imagine, right? I don't know. I guess if I want 1, I'll probably want 2. And I wouldn't be at all surprised to be offered more Spare Supplies in the future. We just, like, don't really want these, I don't think. They're 2-mana cards, which would be nice, but they don't do that much, and I don't want to spend any mana on them, really. Sure-Footed Infiltrator. I don't have any other rogues. I could get some. Oh no, I do have this one. Like, what else would I even take from this pack? Nothing, right? I'm probably not going to be able to run this. I guess I could take the Spitfire. This is a little bit more reach damage for the end game. Like, if I run out of flyers, I can maybe chip them a few more damage with that. I could take this 1/1 rogue, but what exactly is he useful for? It's not clear. I don't think I want a 4-mana 2/3 that, like, most of the time I can't do anything with. I'd rather have a 4-mana 3/4 that, like, does something, right? Not sure I'll run this, but it's possible. Obviously, we could take the Colossus. I don't anticipate us having much of a party, and I don't want to play a 6-mana 7/5. Don't really want to play a 5-mana 7/5, honestly. Roost of Drakes and Ruin Crab and Expedition Diviner. Oh, we probably have to take the Expedition Diviner, right? Roost of Drakes is such a good card if you have the kicker spells to back it up. We currently have 1. But, man. I hate to pass Roost of Drakes. Like, what other kicker stuff is in this set in red-blue? There's some cards. Geyser Mage is another kicker wizard. There's, like, Royal Eruption in red. Although, I hope not to have 7 mana very often. And, like, if you play this for 4 mana and just get a single 2/2 flyer, it's not very good. Like, it's bad, but not horrible. If you get 2, it's totally fine. But I'm not confident I would get 2 out of this very often. I think it's better to just take something generically good. Awful card. The Squid. I think the Squid is fine. I think it's better than Electromancer, in fact. Is it? Just like because I can play it on turn 2? Maybe not. Because the Electromancer can always attack, which is nice. And also it's a wizard, which is nice. I think there'll be at least one game where I'll draw Electromancer and wish it were Squid. But I'm hopeful that there's more than one game where I draw Electromancer and I say, oh, thank goodness this isn't a Squid. Fissure Wizard? Diviner? Even Negate, maybe? Spikefield Hazard, I think, is totally fine. And the Wind Robber also fine. There's several good cards here. I'm going to see this pack again when it has 3 cards, so probably everything I want will be gone. And, well, actually, I might leave Negate. Maybe like Scale the Heights, Negate something else was what I would expect to be left in this pack. Maybe Resolute Strike? No, it's a fine combat trick. I think we just want like a flexible card here that's like a land and also a tiny removal spell. Which also, of course, triggers our instant abilities. Nothing? Guess so. I'll sideboard this. I don't know. I mean, the Bug Catcher, I do have a rogue. Is that right? Yeah. A Sphinx. What the heck is that? The Master of Winds is a Sphinx? Yeah, interesting. I'm just wondering, like, might this actually ever be playable? Probably not. I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll be a 3-2 most of the time. A 2-mana trample 3-2. That seems pretty good. But it's only 3-2 on offense. On defense, it's a 1-2. I don't have a lot of stuff that needs to be given the ability to fly. Alright, I'll take it. Field Research? No, Fissure Wizard, right? It's so nice to be able to like draw the right cards instead of the wrong ones. I don't know, maybe I'm overvaluing it from like how good it was in red-white, but I think it's good in red-blue as well. A Cascade Seer seems to be the choice here. Or we could just take this kind of weak combat trick. Try to keep... I think that's actually better. Like, I'm almost never going to have more than one creature in my party. And Scry 1 is okay, but it's not really worth paying 4 mana for a 3-3. Whereas this can keep an important creature alive. I think I'll take a Sizzling Barrage. We plan to be attacking fairly often. Another one of these. Alright, we're definitely going to be having to cut some of this stuff, but... Squid's fine. Told you Negate would be there. What was the other green card I thought would be here that isn't? I did think maybe Sneaking Guide. Mrs. Zendikon was right next to a different green card. Scale the Heights. I thought might still be here. I mean, Sneaking Guide is kind of cute on Umara Mystic. And Fissure Wizard, and Royal Mage, and Master of Winds? I guess he's fine. I might very well cut him, but he seems better than... He seems maybe playable. Told you we'd get another Spare Supplies. Another Kazul's Fury? No, probably a Geyser Mage, right? It's so aggressive. Like well, no, it's not aggressive. It's a big tempo play on 6. And it's playable as a 3-drop. I didn't get that much Wizard synergy. Like, I have the Master of Winds, the Expedition Diviner, and Umara Mystic, and I think that's it. Yeah. Obviously there's a whole nother pack, but most of the good synergy cards are gone in the first few picks, so I probably won't get very many more. How much of this stuff do I want to cut? That should like influence my decision about whether I take this card, which I think is probably better, or this, which I can kind of run anytime I want. I still don't really want Glacial Grasp. It just looks bad. I don't know, Molten Blast might be worse. It probably is. I have like kind of a lot of draw at the moment. I have the Tormenting Voice, I have the Fissure Wizard. Neither of those increase my hand size. But they are ways to like get through my deck to the good stuff. Should I be thinking of those as draw or not? That's an interesting question. Maybe not. I'm actually not sure how great Fissure Wizard is here at all. Because, like, what cards am I going to be drawing that I want to get rid of? Lands? Like, not really. It was good in red-white because you get up to, like, 4 lands and you're like, alright, I'm done. Put the rest away. Whereas here, I wouldn't mind having more land. I think I can cut the Fissure Wizard. He is nice in that he's like a 2-2 or 2-1 and can therefore be snuck in. But that won't come up very often, I suspect. Deliberate is the only like actual draw card that I have. Why was I thinking about that? Oh, to evaluate like whether I should leave Glacial Grasp in. I guess I actually should not really be cutting much stuff because several of these I can count as a land. And that would put me at like, say, 15 cards drafted so far. If we imagine some of these are 15 non-land cards. Which is actually like, you want 15 or 16 by now after 2 packs if you're going to get to 23 by 3 packs. I think we're kind of doing okay in terms of the number of cards we're trying to run. And so I think I'll take the stronger card with some late game potential rather than another one of these lands. Another Geyser Mage or another Wind Robber. I think I like the Wind Robber. I don't know, do I? It's a 1-mana 1/1 flyer. It's good if you draw it on 1. It's pretty horrible later. Cunning Geyser Mage is useful in more situations. Now we could at this point also consider Anti-Cognition. We've picked up a few cards that make the opponent mill a bit. Not much. We've got the 2 Duelists and the 1 Wind Robber, and I think that's it, right? Yeah. So Anti-Cognition probably will not go off very often. I think I'll just take another Geyser Mage. Opponents have played these against me often effectively. So I think I've also played them ineffectively a couple times as just like 3-mana 3/2s, which is a little bad, but not horrible. This Night Runner, huh? It's a good source of draw if you can get it to connect. I'll take Chilling Trap. It's a combat trick that like always draws a card. A pretty reasonable combat trick, I think. Really, it's more like a reaction to an enemy combat trick. I don't think we'll get a lot of chances to use this in your in just vanilla combats because You can use it if the opponent like tries to trade 1 for 1. Like they say, "Oh, I'll trade my 3/3 for your 3/3," and you're like, "No, you won't." Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I think it's better than trying to get this guy to do anything. Another chilling trap? I'm a little bit skeptical of that. It's also like just an okay anti-aggro tool, I guess. If they're hitting you in the face, you can make them stop a bit. I guess the way you could use this as like removal is when the opponent is attacking you. Yeah, it's much better in that case, right? Because if they attack you with like a 4/4, and you have like a couple 2/2s on the board, they don't really expect you to double block. But especially if the 2/2s like actually do something. But if you can be like, oh, it's now a 0/4, I get both of my 2/2s back. That's like very exciting, right? I don't know. Maybe it's not even all that great. But like, it's also an instant, which would help with this guy and this thing. I don't know. It might just be better to take Spell Shield. Probably not, right? Actually, I think it would be, because this can react to like actual removal spells, which we should assume opponents have a bit of, and stop them from resolving. Yeah, we'd like a way to keep Master of Winds alive, for example. Okay, another Royal Mage seems lovely. Another Deliberate is okay. Don't forget I do have the Spitfire if I want something kind of heavy to put in. And the Rubble Forts. I don't think we managed to get aggressive enough to run Rubble Forts. Alright. It's a flexible land. I've definitely said bad things about this spell before, and I'll continue to say bad things about it. I believe it is one of the worst dual face lands. But in the right situation, it's okay. And in the worst case, it's like an instant or an island. On the other hand, there is Synchronized Spellcraft, which is, you know, I don't have much removal, really. Or many heavy cards. I should probably take this. Another Royal Mage looks fine. Another Sneaking Guide, probably not great, but I'll draft it over all that other stuff. No, get out of here. Another Deliberate. Oh, Deliberate doesn't increase my hand size either, I forgot. Lets me skip over cards I don't want. Very similar to Tormenting Voice, huh? It's just it lets me skip over them before I draw them instead of after. You kind of want a nice mix of both, don't you? Sure. Okay, we have too many cards. I'll cut a few for sure. Probably some Sneaking Guides, but I do want to do a little inventory of how many creatures we have that can be affected by that. And did I take another dual land? I didn't, right? That's all of them. Okay, so I think we could afford to cut, like, not that many lands. maybe 2? No, probably not even that. Probably I need to put that mountain back. Run 8/8 and all this stuff. I always forget it has suggest lands. I don't know what it would do though. I don't really trust it, so I would just have to fix it anyway. So, how much do we have that can be affected by Sneaking Guide? Like, on the one hand, kind of a lot. We have like 3 Royal Mages, 2 of these guys, a Wind Robber, and the Umara Mystic would be like the Crown Jewel or the Master of Winds. But I don't really want to spend 2 mana on doing that. I've got like mana sinks in my kicker spells and my draw cards. I don't really think I want to run these. And that simplifies things quite a bit. Now I'm almost done cutting already. Do I want the Spitfire? I feel like I don't have enough creatures in this deck. 13? It seems a little low. I should probably cut some draw. Let's like cut one of each of those and then put in the Spitfire, I think. Just as a way to get like a little bit of extra damage in without having to win the board. And my curve looks pretty low, but I do have a fair amount of draw, so I think that's okay. And I can play these as lands if I have to, but much of the time I think I will be able to play them as spells. Which is why I only cut 1 land, even though I'm running 3 dual-faced cards. Alright. Let's give it a try. I think this is not a very good deck. I think we will probably go 2 wins or something with this. Soul Food. Very amusing, I'm sure. This is fine. I don't have any red yet. But I can deliberate to go digging for a mountain. If I don't find it, I can play this. If I do find it, I can play my Mystic. Green. I think if I keep if I find a mountain, I would in fact keep it. I wondered if they might be playing red, green, red. Oh, there's the mountain. Okay. Is there any reason to play a different colored thing now? I don't think so. I'd rather just have both colors in hand. I can't think why I would need 3 blue anytime soon. Probably don't draw another mountain. Do draw a Royal Mage. Seems good. What is this red-green deck that can't play anything on turn 1, 2, or 3? They're supposed to be pretty aggressive, usually. This costs 6 to kick. It would get me back to Liberate, which is pretty cool. But I could just play 2 of them on 4 and get in 5 damage and contest the board a bit. That's probably better, right? Yeah. I mean, I could just play... Both of these kick for 6. Yeah, I think trying to kick them is too greedy. Is it though? Like, they're gonna do 2 damage eventually when I play them, right? Is the idea? Whenever I play them, they'll make this guy do 2 extra damage, so I don't necessarily have to rush. I think I should play the Geyser Mage first. And save these guys to actually be kicked. To get me back like Sizzling Barrage or something. Yeah, Sizzling. Because on 5, I've already got Synchronized Spellcraft, no problem. And I would love to dig that back up on 6. I'll have to take 6 damage here, which is a little unpleasant, but... Whew. Kazul's Fury. Are you gonna Royal Eruption me or something? Attack for 10? Is that the idea? Or are they gonna hold back and block, thinking that I'm the aggressive deck? That would be very sad news for them. Electromancer. And then play a red-green creature? Okay, just a green creature, sure. That, of course. Oh, put it on the 6/5, please. Now, I do want to play this before combat, right? And I do in fact want to play it. Yes and yes. Do I attack with the 3/2? I think I might as well. And no, I'll hang back with it. Because it just trades for their 3/2, which isn't really accomplishing much. And if I hold it back, it stops them from attacking with the 1/1, as well as being able to trade for their 3/2. Yeah. The Geopede is spooky, for sure. Oh, I know what it is. I want to save my... creature for when it can do a Sizzling Barrage, right? Although this is just, like, awful. I hate that their thing can fly. Because they're never gonna, like, friggin' block with it, right? How rude is that? And I can't sizzle it if they don't block. Feeling pretty bad about my position right now. Mostly because of these red creatures they have. Not sure what to do about it. I could play a couple wizards and swing for 5, 8. It's kind of threatening a lot, isn't it? They could block, but they don't want to. And I have enough stuff to block them on the ground, so they're just getting in for 3. Now I'm wishing I'd attacked with this last turn. But I didn't know they were going to be able to do something cool to their Electromancer. And honestly, if they hadn't, they'd be putting it on this, which is rather scarier, I think. I'm scared still that they're going to like Royal Eruption or give some other kind of buff. I guess even if they're not, I kind of want to double block. Because I have, well, I don't quite have lethal if I lose both of these creatures. They're again for 3, which means I have 7. I think I can get away with this. Because, like, okay, if the GOP lives, I'm basically just dead, right? And what I'm worried about is, like, Royal Eruption, which they could have. Actually, if they play Royal Eruption and I block like this, I die. Yeah. This keeps me alive by 1. And maybe I can do something cool after that. Or if they Sizzling Barrage me, I'm also very sad. But in that case, I should have not blocked, I guess, if that's the combat trick they have. Roiling Regrowth, yes, is that the word? Did I say it? Roiling something? Was what I said they were going to play? I had this card in mind. I don't know if I said the right name. But now I live by 1, I think. They needed to attack with their 1/1 to have lethal here. Seems like a blunder, but what do I know? Ah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I could obviously bring back a spell, and that would be cool, but I would just die, right? I need to have at least 3 creatures on board to live. And even then, it's not exactly easy. There's not any way I could get this to do more damage, I don't think. And also, I need to leave the Umara Wizard back to block the Geopede, just because it's got so much damage on it. I think I can attack with my 3/2. No, I just need stuff with a lot of health back to block the Geopede. Let's not attack. If I attack with a 3/3, they just let it in and then kill me, right? Yeah. I think I was saying Royal Eruption when I was thinking of Roiling Regrowth is what was happening earlier. Oh, well, that'll do it. Yeah, okay, well, fair enough. Considering, like, how badly that deck started off, their deck, and we got a pretty decent start and still lost, I'm, like, not very impressed with the deck. Like, what did they even do that was amazing? I don't know, not much. They played a Baloth and hit me once with it, and then they made a flyer and a trample dude, and I couldn't deal with that. Yeah, so doesn't seem like we're going to be doing much better than that in the coming games. I need like very slow decks. I wanted this to be aggressive, but it isn't. I will play Tormenting Voice just to get rid of... I think Sizzling Barrage is not doing much. Just get me into more lands, more impactful cards. Okay, this is a little spooky. I can play the Electromancer now. If I do, I can't flash this in, but does that even really matter? Not really, right? Let's just get in a bigger creature. Oh no. Oh boy. So I want to keep my Chilling Trap and my Rogue around as combat tricks once these guys get to be 4/4 and they you attack with them, maybe? So I'm kind of thinking like this. Can I afford that yet? I guess so. Synchronized Spellcraft is great. I mean, it was unrealistic to hope they wouldn't have another cleric, but... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we can get rid of one of them with a rogue. And make it, in fact, trade only for my 3/2. That's both of them, yes. And then I can spellcraft away the other one before it gets too out of control. I'm still in awful shape, but I killed 2 of their huge threats. I don't know if my shape is even awful, but it's bad. I can kick this guy to get back like spellcraft. Probably would be a good play. I can trade this for a 1/1. Is that important to do? I think it might be important not to do. So once I have a 2/1 on the board, I can threaten to block these. Holy shit. What am I supposed to do? I mean, these guys have insane decks. Like, I don't know. Fine, fuck. Okay, one more down. Here we go. We're getting there. Still highly dead. Like, I just want a deck that's as bad as mine. Is that so much to ask? I guess you take the counters here. And then you attack so that I lose this guy. I could block like this and keep it alive with Shell Shield. And then I guess it blocks 3 damage followed by blocking 5, which is a bit better than just blocking 5 once. But obviously I'm still dead. Wow, a creature. You know, I hadn't thought about it. This is a reason that I should have kept Shell Shield. Oh, also it tapped wrong. I mean, I don't know. Oh no, that was the only legal way to tap. I need 2 blue for this. Yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise to get combat tricked here. I wasn't exactly in the position to be choosy. Are wizards just horrible? They seem like they're supposed to be good. I see relic amulets all the time. Like, I never get relic amulet. I get Umara Wizard and it, like, doesn't do anything. Hardly seems fair. And these guys, they don't just have, like... That wasn't just, like, a cleric deck. It was an insane cleric deck. The first deck was not very good. So I don't think I can really be on any kind of complaining track about losing to them. It's just that my deck is also not very good. I have plenty of land here, so no sense playing this thing face down. Pretty reasonable start, right? I get a 1-drop and a 2-drop. I'm not sure exactly what I need after that, but... Yeah, I can combat trick that away with these 2 colors, or with 2 blue, but then I have to spend both of these, which I'd rather not do. I don't know, maybe it would be nice, because then I would have 2 1/1s on the board, but I think this is a better combat trick to have in hand than this is. I play the squid, I attack with everything, and I play an island. I could hang on to the island to activate this, but that seems very foolish when they have haste available to them. I want to have my duelist available to deal with it, whatever creature they play. I'm losing this game also. I have a good board, but like this is actually a more serious threat than it might appear. I don't know, I guess the squid kind of does an okay job of countering it. But like, a red-green deck having haste is something they're like pretty happy about, right? Okay. We got to stop them attacking with the 3-2. Good job, squid. I need a 3-2 much more than I need a mountain. I think I don't want the mountain at all, yeah. I'm on 4 lands, which is, you know, someday I'd like to be on 6, but first I need to draw a card that wants me to be on 6. Did we just go Smork here? I think so. Good job, squid. Keep it up. Alright, they're viewing themselves as the defender here and me as the aggressor, which is interesting. I thought they might try to get value by trading with my 1-1. Seems like that would have worked out a lot better, but they're scared of this 3-2 apparently. Anyway, we should keep it alive. I'm just not sure which of these combat tricks to use. I guess right now, well, I mean, either one of them works. Let's use this. We're curving out pretty well, I have to say. We've got an okay aggressive plan. Geyser Mage is exciting. I can play them both, right, if I tap like this? But I want to attack first. There's no reason not to. It's not like they're going to kill all 3 of my rogues when I attack. They could kill 2 of them, and I guess they will. But that's something this always could have done, right? I don't want to let them equip it and also like kill the squid or something. Oh, also I can use this to keep a creature alive. I assume they target the 1-1. Do I want to keep that alive? Is it that important to me? I wonder if I should have been a little more patient and waited till they had 8 cards so I could react to this by sacrificing it. That actually would have been pretty cool, but I don't know when that would ever have happened. Like, eventually, yes, but I don't want to not be getting in damage just to save a spell shield. I'm not actually sure which one of these is better to play. I think it might be the Geyser Mage. I'm not going to be at 6 anytime soon, but getting a discount on the second card I play next turn could matter. Now I can activate this. I might want to fairly soon, in fact. Like maybe once I'm done attacking with it this turn. It's not accomplishing that much. Oh, especially now that they have a reach creature. Okay. Still think I'm losing this game, by the way. Yeah, I think we just tell us to get out of here now. Tormenting Voice on the island? Okay. I can do something with this in a future turn. Get rid of their 4/4 somehow. But not right now. I can still play this as a land. I don't think I should. The problem is it like doesn't do much as a spell. What would I want back? Deliberate? Doesn't do much. I can't get much out of Kazul's Fury anytime soon, I don't think. Let's just play it as a land and try to get to 6 mana soon. Really? I'll 2 for 1, I guess. You have a combat trick or what? No. I don't think that was a good play. Also, why not attack with the 1/3? It had haste. Maybe you want to keep it as a blocker? Okay, I guess I'll just play this to draw a card and get this guy out of combat for a bit so I can attack. There you go, connecting with a solid 3 damage. Much better than the 1 we got 4 times in a row, I think, is how it went. Okay. Opponent's got some draw as well. So what do I want back? It might just be the Glacial Grasp, to be honest. It's letting me get in some actual damage, and it draws a card. Yeah. Yeah, leaving blue is fine. It doesn't really matter. Blue probably scares my opponent more. Oh, they're gonna know what's in my hand anyways. They don't care. We could take Tormenting Voice to just like get 2 cards instead of whatever we draw next turn. Or Glacial Grasp to get Glacial Grasp plus a card. I'm not actually sure which is better. I think like if they draw another creature, Glacial Grasp does practically nothing. But if they don't, it like might do a shitload of damage, right? Well, it might, as much as like 6. It's pretty good, but I think I want Tormenting Voice to draw to my good cards. Yikes. This is just the worst. Oh my god, they have haste. Are you for real? Come on. Okay, I'm gonna actually just play the Spitfire. It's a body. I mean, like, my deck isn't the best, but I don't feel like I deserve to be disrespected in this way by Magic the Gathering Arena. At least we're putting him off for a bit. I don't know, maybe I'm dead? No, not when they attack like this, I don't think. Lose all my creatures and take 5? I have to block at least 2 of them. Because this guy can attack for 5, yeah. Oh, this is miserable. Oh, don't be rude. Good game. I could have a card that wins. Yeah, it's like there's that 7 mana card, deal 10 damage to the opponent's face. I could have that. Look at that. I could have a sick card. How do you like them apples? Now I'm like only dead if you play a land. But still very sad in either case. Oh, a land or a creature. Or a spell. Alright. It must be said that almost anything killed me there. Oh, those plants make a cute noise. It sounds like a whip, right? Well, good game, Ryuk. I don't know. Well, there you go. My second chance was not very impressive. Redemption arc failed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.